welcome to the Mandcave. It's the only podcast hosted by two friends with nothing in common except their names. We love all you guys. My name is Mandy Fabian.
And I'm Mandy Kaplan. And each week we debate and discuss the latest movies and streaming and music and books and all of Mandy's dumb ideas. Grab a couch and let's get to it.
Wait a minute, cut this shit.
Sorry, we giggle sometimes at the top because our pre-show is for people who subscribe and we say something funny sometimes and then it makes us giggle. So apologies for just starting off with a giggle.
The inside jokes. But there's a way to prevent feeling left out. If you go to mandcave.com/Fandys.
F-A-N-D-Y.
Or F-A-N-D-Y, excuse me. $5 a month gets you access to the pre-show and birthday messages and more fun on the Discord. Yeah. So I'm getting that out of the way. We're not going to repeat it later in the show.
No, we won't.
Become a Fandy in 2023.
Yeah, but if you're just here the first time, forget we said anything. We're paying for dinner, y'all. Like, this is it. There'll be a nice glass of wine and maybe we'll go up your shirt.
That is so funny.
A promise.
That's the difference between you and me. I was going to say some over your shirt rubbing and you went right up the shirt. That is our essential difference.
I'm just saying that the over the shirt is so unsatisfying. You know what I mean? Let's just get there. Let's get to it.
Then you're not doing it right.
As we say.
Mm-hmm.
Fun tip for the family.
Yeah.
Over the break, we played Cards Against Humanity.
You're not pronouncing
family
that right.
Version.
You're not pronouncing it right.
What?
Can you redo that title of that game, please?
Shit, did I do it wrong?
Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, God, she's good. Do you see why I podcast with this one, folks? Mm-hmm. Do you see why I picked another Mandy? God, that's good.
Everywhere.
Humanity.
Yeah.
Woo. I had played Cards Against Humanity, the adult version. Mm-hmm. We were all a little nervous, but it was hilarious.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm jealous that your girls really love games. Casey,
wait a minute, what?
Casey's not so into games, so it's hard to
Oh my God, we just gave him a game for Christmas. I totally thought he was into games.
He's not. We force him to play them because we love games, but he's not so into games. I wish you were.
Whoa. Yeah. Well, I think I know why.
Watch it.
I've played games with you guys.
We're not fun.
Well, you're just very competitive and you're very, very good at it. And that makes, you're very into winning. And, when you lose all the time, that can be fun. Now, I don't know, maybe Casey doesn't lose all the time, but my experience of playing games with you is I get thrashed and it's not as much fun.
This is all lies. I don't care about winning. No. I love to play. You're
very good. Yes.
I never say what's the score. You just happen to be very good. Who's winning, or I just don't care about winning. I care about playing and having fun.
I am going to have a secret camera installed at the next time we play Wizard.
Please.
And
Wizard's different.
Okay.
I do care about winning Wizard.
It's not an insult, but I remember thinking I was pretty good at Clue until I played with the two of you. And then it was just, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you walk away feeling like a dummy.
Good.
And Casey's,
That's how I walk away from every time we podcast. So.
You walk away feeling like a dummy?
Feeling like a dummy.
Oh, that's sweet. Is it because I went to Vassar? For those listeners who don't know that, I went to Vassar.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not that. It's because I haven't done enough work on myself. Like Jonah Hill.
I agree. What a great segue.
Queen of the segues.
Yes, this week, this wasn't even my suggestion, by the way, in case you thought that I chose it just to, torture you. But Fandys can reach out to us and offer, hey, I want to hear you talk about this thing, which more people are doing. It's very exciting. I actually have another one for 2 weeks from now. People are like, hey, make her watch this, make her watch that. Anyway, this was a listener who asked us to watch Stutz, the Jonah Hill directed and performed in documentary about his therapist, Phil Stutz. It's on Netflix. I was so on board because it's like a self-helpy thing, or at least I thought it might be. I honestly didn't know. I expected it to be funny and weird and quirky character kind of thing. But I didn't really know what to expect, but I was on board for it.
Well,
we did make the mistake.
Should we ask Pete to play the trailer, or at least part of the trailer, so people get a feel for what it is? And it's in black and white, if that helps you as you listen. Go, Pete, go.
Sure, let's do it.
What's up, Stutz?
Hi, Jonah. Okay, entertain me.
I'm just going to start by acknowledging how odd this endeavor is. A patient making a movie about his therapist. But my life has gotten immeasurably better as a result of working with you. If it worked for me, maybe it will work for other people.
The average shrink will say, don't intrude on the patient's process. They will come up with the answers when they're ready. That's not acceptable.
They just listen. And your friends, who are idiots, give you advice. And you want your friends just to listen, and you want your therapist to give you advice.
You don't have to solve all their problems, but you have to give somebody the feeling that they can change right now. What's wrong, Jonah?
How can I make a movie where I'm talking about people being vulnerable and working on their problems and not be vulnerable myself?
You can't move forward without being vulnerable. Vulnerability connects you to the rest of the world. You're giving out the signal to the world, I need you because I can't do this by myself.
I was this wildly insecure kid. The work has been accepting and feeling that it's great to be this person. You are still in the struggle and in the fight of being a human just like everybody else.
Take action no matter how frightened you are. If you can teach somebody that, they can change their whole life.
That makes a lot of sense.
This is such a great moment right now. I still wish you would stop dumping so much shit on me. This is either the greatest documentary ever made or the worst, and it's probably both.
And we're back. What were you saying?
Did you watch the trailer before you watched the thing?
I think I did.
I did.
Yeah.
And I found it very charming and funny. And I was like, oh, cool. This is going to be entertaining and also enlightening. And it's very interesting. I think because we watched it I think, honestly, Christmas Eve or Christmas night.
Okay.
It was somewhere around the Christmas time. And I think I was looking for a feel-good Christmas movie or something that would make me laugh or feel charmed.
Might I recommend
the
Elf?
New Year.
What are you doing?
I know. Well, we've seen Elf a bunch of times. And, you understand at my house, it's Patrick's like, what about this thing about trolls that take over a community and brainwash them? I'm like, I do not want to watch a scary movie or a sci-fi movie or anything. I don't want to watch violent, brainwashy anything. And he's like, what about this horror film? I'm like, no. So it was hard for us to find something for the, tried to watch, the Will Ferrell one with the Ryan Reynolds.
Spirited.
The Spirited. Yep. Not Stripped. That's Christina Aguilera. But it was, I did not enjoy that as much as others have.
Yes.
So sorry, Pete.
All
I know
due
you were
respect,
a big fan.
Pete. Yeah.
All due respect. I love you, Pete. It wasn't my favorite. My kids loved it. Wasn't my favorite. I know. I'm wrong. You could say it to me on the Discord.
That's hilarious. I'll tell you, you're wrong right now.
So yeah. So I think the context maybe affected it because it was hard. It was a little hard to. It was a little hard to watch because it was Christmassy time.
Right.
I know you're gonna hate it though.
Hate doesn't begin to describe my feelings. I have ended any form of friendship I had with Megan right after it's right when the credits started to roll. I cut her out of my life.
You know what? I don't believe you because she also suggested the Rod Stewart documentary or life biopic thing. Yeah.
See, she's so nice to me in life. IRL, she's so nice to me. She's the best friend anyone could ever ask for. But this is how she's getting at me. She's chipping away at my sanity through you, through the podcast. And you got to admire that type of devious hard work. But
it's wonderful because you can't really come at her,
I mean, I love her. What are you going to do? So here was my problem. I felt baited and switched. I thought this was like a real character study into this man. This Phil Stutz is his therapist, and Jonah Hill just idolizes him, just sees him as a friend and father figure and just really thinks he's the bee's knees.
Yes.
Mandy's phrasing
In
brought to you by 1940. So, okay. So then after the initial like, oh, cool, this is a therapist. He's very aggressive thinking and forward thinking and swears a lot. And they seem very intimately aware of each other's downfalls and heartaches. So that interests me.
They give each other shit
but
in
then,
a way that, yeah.
10 minutes in, it's the Phil Stutz self-help movie. It's Brene Brown in disguise. And it's bald Brene Brown. And it's just like, Jonah Hill has drunk this Kool-Aid and he wants to help people by selling this, all of these things that Phil Stutz has put in his books, which great. If you want to go seek those books out, great.
Oh.
But this movie was just a way to sell his philosophies. And
okay.
I was not a fan.
You're hilarious. Let me, even though it was Christmas Eve and it wasn't exactly a Christmas Eve kind of movie, because it was a little bit more clinical than I had hoped. I don't think he is drunk any Kool-Aid. He has actually used these tools that this man has, and it has enhanced his life, and he is better for it. So he wanted to share it with the world.
Cynical and sassy. Yes, you are correct.
You are being very sassy. Yes. No, you're right. And it was interesting, like, because all of his techniques have these little drawings that he does with them.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting thing to watch him do these basic stick figure drawings that you're kind of like, those are the scribblings of a madman. What is that? And then he would explain.
And we should also say Phil Stutz has Parkinson's. And so he tremors. And Jonah Hill said, is it okay if we use your actual drawings in the movie? Which I found very charming, that they are very messy, shaky drawings by a man who can't control his tremors. The one that I loved, the image that I will take with me from this movie is the turd in the pearl on the string. And is that something that people say in the self-help world, turd in the pearl? Because they use that phrase like it's a well-known thing.
No, it was well known for him because that's specifically his tool. Okay. Right.
So basically, I'm going to sum it up so that I can make everybody's lives better because it is cool. So he draws a little string of pearls and then he puts a little black mark in each pearl and he says, that's the turd. Like nothing will ever be perfect. There will always be a turd on your pearl. The important thing is to put the next pearl on the string.
Yes.
Keep making the string.
Yeah. He talks about take action, right? Yep. Every pearl is an action that you take and it's completely objective, right? There is no right or wrong. There is no like next right step. It's like your life isn't good or bad. It is a series of actions.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a string of pearls and some of them are going to have turds in them, which is pretty great. There's some really great ideas. He had like, which I thought was really interesting, your life force, he made that little pyramid of a life force. And it's like, take care of your body, take care of other people, and take care of yourself. It's real basic, but a lot of the stuff is basic because people just need reminders of that. If you're like, stressing out and like AA is a lot like that, it's
course.
like have a nap, have a sandwich, I forget what the third thing is. It can't be drink, right?
In AA?
I'm guessing no. I mean, it's an educated
guess. I don't know. I've never
guess.
been, but yeah.
Well, not yet. But what are you doing Saturday night? Because your friends and I want to get together. We have a...
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's kind of like a party.
Okay.
Yes. You'll love it.
Sidebar. Your Honor, may I approach the bench? Total sidebar.
Can.
Did you watch the Golden Globes, which just aired?
No.
Okay. So I heard we should have opened with the Golden Globes because I heard Jared Carmichael was the host and he's like, hey, everybody's wondering why I'm hosting. Well, it's because I'm Black and they can't fire me because the Golden Globes is so whitewashed. This is their attempt at political correctness. And then he went for it. Like his humor was very edgy and sharp and pointed. And then Eddie Murphy accepted a Lifetime Achievement Award. And he was like, 3 things I've lived by. Pay your taxes. I forget what the second one was, show up on time or something. And the third one is keep Will Smith's goddamn wife's name out of your fucking mouth. And he That's how edgy the Golden Globes were. Like they were all just shitting all over the Golden Globes because they've developed this reputation as being out of date and whitewashed. So I wish I had seen it, but I just heard that clip.
Oh, well, I'm sure we could get it on demand or something somewhere.
I'm not going to put that much effort into it, but but when you said the
funny?
3 rules, I thought of the Eddie Murphy 3 things to live by.
That's great.
Yeah.
I also heard that Jennifer Coolidge's speech was really, really good.
Oh, okay. Maybe
and that
I'll
Mike
find
White's speech was really good.
Okay.
So maybe we should Google those.
Okay.
Mike White was basically like, I want to thank you, everybody, and like, how about that Jennifer Coolidge on a part that you all passed on?
Oh, nice. Wow.
Which doesn't really say, it's not a nice thing to say
For
to Jennifer
her,
Coolidge.
right. That she's like, oh, I was the 28th choice? Oh, interesting. Yeah.
By the way, I find it hard to believe. I mean, Mike White is so zeitgeisty and cool. I don't believe that anybody will ever pass on his stuff.
Right.
I find that so hard to believe. But, I'm anti-establishment. So those people that are like outside the establishment, I resonate with. You know what I mean?
Is there any way we could just talk about White Lotus the rest of the podcast? Or
have you seen season 2?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
We could talk about it. If you want to switch whatever dumb shit you were going to assign me this week, you could assign me White Lotus season 2, and then we can go for it.
Oh, no, I know what
like
I'm assigning
wolves,
you. And,
like at each other.
And you're going to love it. So to hell with you.
You liar.
No, I'm not going to Stutz you back. The new term for trying to assign each other something that we know we'll hate is Stutzing.
I know. I knew you were going to hate it. I knew you would hate it. But here's the thing. I genuinely wonder if I hadn't watched it on like Christmas Eve or Christmas night or whenever the hell I watched it. I genuinely wonder if I would have appreciated it a little bit more because I was so in the zone for something else. And I will say I've had several people say, "Oh my God, have you watched Stutz?"
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, like I mean, several friends were like, "You have to watch it. It's amazing. It's life-changing." And while I loved his tools, I thought his tools were very interesting to me. They weren't like, "Oh my God, this is changing my life," but great stuff. And I found their relationship interesting. But honestly, it was like Jonah Hill kept going around with like his, like trying to get real. And I wanted to hear more about his stuff. But when he started talking about his stuff, it was interesting because I was like, wait, is this just a therapy session we're watching? Like that felt weird to me all of a sudden, So I don't know. It was, there were some cool things. Like they show you behind the scenes of the movie, right?
Yeah. So I called it the meta twist at 25 minutes. And then Pete, if you could play 26:33 to 27:28, please and thank you.
How can I make a movie where I'm talking about people being vulnerable and working on their problems and not be vulnerable myself? It doesn't feel fair. And so if the choice is to be fair and honest, then I should acknowledge that, like, we've been shooting for 2 years and we're wearing the same clothes every day, pretending it's one session, but it's been years. And we're on a green screen, we're not in your office. And I'm literally wearing a wig right now to make it look like it was 8 months ago when I had this haircut, and I literally have like a shaved head. I don't know. It just feels weird and false. I want to let the audience in on the filmmaking process and you, so they don't feel like we're just lying to them about shit. And
everybody just heard what you're talking about. Jonah Hill admits, like, we're not really in your office. We're not really in a therapy session. This is all a soundstage. And then he takes his wig off to show that they've been filming for months and he has a haircut, so he has to put on this wig. Then he puts the wig back on for the rest of the movie, which I don't understand.
That's a little weird.
I guess because we're not supposed to know like what was filmed before that big reveal. But it was that got me. I was like, that's cool. You're going to show us the green screen. You're going to take away all of the movie magic and let us into this real thing. But then it just, after 5 minutes, it just went right back to being exactly what it had been. That didn't change the tone of the movie or the arc of the movie, really. It was just like, now we're doing it without an office backdrop.
Yeah. I wonder if, and I don't know, like if, I wonder if the tools and stuff, when he, like if they had talked about them in the context of Jonah's actual life, right? Or even Stutz's actual life, like how, what the black cloud, part X, right? Part X was the thing that he talks about. Part X, which I see, this is the thing. Again, you watch it and you're like, I don't know, it's Christmas and I'm falling asleep on the couch, but it did stick with me. Part X is the part that, and you could see this on the website if you go in and look at, not Phil's website, but I did a lot of research on the movie afterwards because I was like, what were those things? And part X is the part that keeps you in limited thinking, right? It's the thing that keeps you hopeless over and over again. It's the part of you that's always going to tell you that it's impossible, which I thought was a really interesting idea, that you have this thing inside of you that like is sending these messages,
Yep.
And he even draws a little picture for it.
I wrote around that time, I'm sure Fabian is loving this. I am bored silly.
Well, there you go.
There I go.
So, but in the moment, I wasn't loving it. I was, okay, so that's the thing. So if they had put some part X, like within context of one of their emotional things, like it would have felt maybe more like a conversation. I liked it when it did that. And then he brought his mom on, which I thought was really interesting.
But no real payoff.
There wasn't a real payoff.
Like,
that's true.
Hey, Mom, I appreciate you. And she's like, I appreciate you. I wish you would call more. And then they were like, okay, good session.
It's true.
It was, I thought, an odd move. I thought maybe we would really hit to the heart of something, or, Well,
he was very upfront. It was interesting because in the beginning of the movie, when that was shot, who knows? But like Stutz says, like, do you want to talk about your brother? Do you want to talk about this? Do you want to talk? And he's like, no, I don't want to make this movie about me. I want it to be about you. And I thought that was interesting. But then I honestly thought, oh, but we're going to get there. He's going to open up. There's going to be some things.
Right.
So maybe they brought the mom in thinking it would be a sort of revelatory thing, but she's a little bit like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he's right. It would have been then a movie about, did you hear what Jonah Hill said to his mom?
Right. Yeah. I mean, he was trying to dodge his own celebrity, although he did talk about his childhood, like forgiving and loving the fat kid that he was. And I don't say that to be insulting. Those are his words. And,
his words. Yeah.
I
thought that was very interesting because his parents were, telling him basically, you're fat. You need to, not in a, I don't know. How do you say that in not a shitty way? But like they were trying to help him because he was overweight and they were trying to help him manage that. And then he just got the idea that he wasn't good the way that he was. And he, but it's interesting as a parent, you probably would, right? I mean, if your kid is not eating healthy and not managing, wouldn't you step in? It's like, I found that to be interesting.
It's all, I don't know that there's a right way and a wrong way. I've heard parents say, oh, well, I hired a nutritionist and my kid learned about food and they loved it and it worked and now they're healthier. But I could also see a kid being like, fuck you, hiring me a nutritionist without my wanting it, or, it's all, we're all just doing the best we can. And I don't know what his parents, but he didn't go into much detail about like how much they made him feel ashamed or whatever.
And he doesn't have to, because the truth is, how do you figure out whether or not someone actually is overweight, or whether or not we've just been programmed that bodies aren't supposed to look that way, or that you're unhealthy if you are a certain way? I mean, in America, pretty much, there's a lot of obesity, right? And it's kind of a slippery slope. It's a little bit like drinking in your 20s.
Another song that has rocked my world the past couple of months is Victoria's Secret. Do you know this song?
No.
What do you listen to?
I don't listen to Patrick is constantly playing music in the house.
Right, but not the kind of, yeah.
No.
He's got bebop jazz going on in your house. And I listen
or
to
it's
pop.
like this gloomy singer-songwriter stuff. It's really a drag. I would love to get a recommendation if you have a channel or a playlist that you like.
Well, I do Sirius. Do you do Sirius in the car?
Nope.
Oh.
I don't have Sirius.
Okay. Well, but Google Victoria's Secret, or I'll send it to you. Basically,
Okay.
it's this woman. The chorus says, "I know Victoria's Secret, and girl, you wouldn't believe. She's an old man who lives in Ohio making money off of girls like me." And then she talks about like she grew up with body issues because of like what she saw on magazine covers, and that thunder thighs are just normal human thighs.
Wow.
And she just breaks it down in such a way that you're like, yes, I wish this should be an anthem for all kids, all people.
Yeah.
Like, be healthy and love yourself and stop looking towards magazines and whatever is the current version of magazines for what bodies should look like. And it's so sad. I mean, Jonah Hill, by the way, who knows if he had been a really in shape 14-year-old, would he have started working as much as he did? I mean, that was his character,
Right.
and he was hilarious. And we would all recognize him in all the Apatow stuff and be like, "Oh, that kid's back. He's so funny." Before he was a
Yes.
lead, he was in everything as the fat, funny, quirky kid.
He was like 40 when he was 20, though.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't he just have that completely old soul, like wry sense of humor?
Yes.
I enjoy him so much. It was really interesting. It was very interesting to see him be this kind of vulnerable and real
Absolutely.
with his therapist. I think it's a pretty gutsy move to be like, you've changed my life. I have anxiety attacks. I want to share your tools with the world. Like the movie itself, that's a very noble thing. And I think it really is one of those, like anything though, you and I've talked about this so many times, like it's totally subjective.
Mhm.
There is somebody out there that's going to watch this movie and go, oh my God, I really needed to hear that. And then there's somebody that's going to be like, past the caramel corn, I'm bored silly.
Right. Well, caramel corn applies to whether I love something or hate something. So
that's true. Past
always a part of my life.
The sentence is past the caramel corn blank, whatever you want to put there. Yeah.
Oh, now I want to do the match game. Okay. So there was this moment very early on when I still thought maybe I would like this movie, when Jonah Hill says, you want your therapist to give you advice, but they just listen. And you want your friends to just listen, and they give you unsolicited advice.
Boy, that's so true, isn't it?
Yes, but it is one of my biggest things that I'm working on. I love giving advice, and I often find myself offering it when I'm like, wait a minute, nope, they didn't ask. This person's not asking. They're just telling you what they're going through. Just listen. And so I often catch myself and I'm like, sorry, you're not asking for advice. I'll stop. Or would you like some advice? No, but I hate that about myself. And I get it from both of my parents.
That they give you advice instead of just listening?
Yes. My dad's favorite phrase is, you know what you should do. Right, Allie? Oh,
yeah. My dad's favorite phrase is, which one are you?
Oh, that's a whole different.
It still works.
Yeah. Whole different scenario. Do you want to talk to Stutz?
Yeah. I made an appointment,
Good.
But I don't have to. I have this movie. I'm kidding. That's interesting because I actually really appreciate it. I know that most therapists are not supposed to give advice.
Right.
And I really like one who's like, all right, try this, try that. Like they give you action
Me
items
too.
because, you gotta be able to do
Right.
do something about it.
Homework and assignments.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
It probably doesn't work for anyone because, when you're not ready to hear something and then
sure.
somebody says it and you're like, oh, go fuck yourself.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I thought that was really interesting because also friends give some pretty dangerous advice, like, when someone offers something and you're like, I'm just not ready. That's not what you should be saying to me right now.
oh, sure.
You're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't.
And then you cut them off and you don't talk to them for years. And no.
Is that what that break was about? The podcast
I
break?
told you. It was, it was.
The holidays?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was a good holiday, man. It was really, really fun.
You lived it up.
Oh my God. I got it was right in the zone too. I got gifts
And concussions.
that I wanted. I got a concussion, a little dizzy, but that's getting better. I went skiing. Yep. I wonder, am I different? Do I seem different?
No, but I saw your hair and it's beautiful. And
Oh, thank you.
I
found a great hairdresser. It locked in. It really did.
You're firing
Did I tell you
on
I'm
all
learning
cylinders.
Spanish? Yeah.
No, are you really?
Yeah. I bought myself like a
Rosetta
program.
Stone or Babbel? What'd you get?
I went Babbel.
I'm so curious.
This could be helpful to our listeners. I'm doing Babbel. I think it's a little bit, although Duolingo is very good and it has a paid version. But I did all the research and I came up with Babbel.
Okay.
And I'm doing the paid version of Babbel.
Oh, I'm so
and
curious.
I'm committing to it.
Will you
Yeah,
do our intro in Spanish in a few weeks?
Yes, I will. No problemo.
Lo siento, no comprende.
Oh, that's pretty good, except no comprendo. But you're getting there. You're getting there.
Vafangul.
Okay, don't look. I know that.
Uh-huh. All right. Do you have a game for me?
Oh, of course I do.
Are we ready to pack it up?
Let's give it man jobs.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't we give it man jobs first? I'm out of practice.
Yeah.
I know you're probably going to give -1, but I'm going to give it 4.
What?
Because
you didn't even like it. Why?
Hold on. I like the idea of it very much. And I'm sorry, but you make a good piece of art and not everybody loves it. And I seriously dislike, our whole show's about disagreeing. This movie moved people. There were people that loved it.
Yes.
And so I can't give it less than 4 because I feel like it's interesting and it opened things up for people that they might need. And it rocked people's world. So if it's life-changing for someone, I give it a 4.
Oh, I would love that. I mean, if it's life-changing or helps people or inspires them to work on themselves or make a better life or a better choice, great. It is not for me. I give it 1 man job.
There you go. But together it's a 5. All right. Well, let's get to the business. And then I do have a game for you. You're going to be very excited.
I love a game.
But first of all, guys, you should know Mandcave is a production of True Story FM, a great company. Engineering is by Pete Wright, and our music is by Ian Post. And we're very grateful to those guys. And if you're new to us or if you've been listening for a while and you haven't given us a rating or review, please do. It really helps us out, spreads the word. Nobody wants to like anything that somebody else hasn't liked first. Or, maybe you just want to try out some of your 5 minutes of stand-up. Go ahead and give us a review on Apple Podcasts and we would really appreciate it. And we'll give you a shout out
Spread the word. Help us spread the word. Become a Fandy, mancave.com/Fandy. Join us on Discord, mancave.com/Discord. And get your merch at mancave.com/merch.
Yes, I'm wearing an Only Fandies sweatshirt today, actually. And also here's the thing on Discord that I really appreciate is when we disagree and then someone comes on Discord and tells me that I'm right.
Everybody does that. No one agrees with me.
It's pretty great.
I know. I'm an island.
No, some people do agree with you. It's just that, they're wrong. Okay, let's get to our game.
That I'm going to win or I'm going to die trying.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see. I told you, you're competitive. You know what I just realized?
That your booth smells like coffee?
No, we need to pause for just 1 second because I need a pen.
Okay.
I forgot a pen.
All right.
I never have to have a pen for my games, and I don't have a pen in here for some reason. So pause, Pete. Sorry about that.
Da 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 da. The girl from Ipanema goes walking, and I feel like that's the ultimate hold music. So if we are going to use this, I will let you all know. Mandy apparently spilled coffee all over her studio and said it's going to reek like coffee for an indefinite amount of time. So that's why I said that. And clearly, I have had my espresso, so I am full of energy and can't just sit here quietly and wait for Mandy to return. She's back. Here we go.
Why would you? You and a microphone? God, that's just... Why would you not take that opportunity? Okay, here we go. Now, this is the game that I normally don't find amusing, but since, this movie was delved into the psyche of things, I want to see, this is my Stutz Mad Lib for you.
Great.
So we'll see. I just need you to answer a few questions for me, and you can play along at home, although I don't know if you'll be able to, but we'll, okay. So first I need a person's name.
Nia Peoples. Who's that?
Nia
Who is that?
I don't know.
Why did that name pop into my head? She was a dancer on Fame. Go ahead.
Oh, she was a dancer on Fame. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, adjective?
Fuzzy.
Okay, great. You're doing very well, by the way.
Thank you.
I want you to know, because I know you're really competitive, and this is you're crushing this. Okay, symptom. I need a symptom of any kind.
Chills.
Okay, and I need a relationship, please.
In honor of what we just said, father-daughter relationship.
Okay, great. And then I need an ing verb.
Massaging.
Okay, great. After your father-daughter relationship, that's interesting. It's interesting that that's what would come to you. But all right.
Mm-hmm.
I need a past tense verb, please. I'm really wondering what this is now. Go ahead.
Slept.
Sure. I like it. Okay. Give me a noun, please.
Pickle.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So we have massaging, slept, and pickle.
Mm-hmm.
Is Monday sex day? Is it chicken night at your at your house? Okay. Another noun, please.
Thermometer.
Thermometer. Okay.
They're both phallic. I didn't mean that, but yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
One goes into your mouth and one goes into your butt. Okay. What's a verb? You still do thermometers in the butt, don't you?
Yeah.
That's not just a kid
and
thing.
Pickles. A verb.
Mm-hmm.
Playing. Or play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then a noun. I apologize to the Fandies and all of our listeners right now because boy, did I have a lot. But I think you're going to be happy with the result. It's okay. This is going to go on for a little bit.
A noun?
Yeah.
Kitten.
Kitten? Oh, so sweet. Okay. And I need a letter of the alphabet.
4. I'm just kidding. W.
I'm the smart one. She's the pretty one. Okay. That's funny. Okay. And then a verb.
Wiggle.
Okay. Another verb, please.
Fry.
Fry. Okay, great. I'm a little I hope the Mad Lib people are listening.
Did you write the actual thing and then take words out? So this isn't an existing Mad Lib.
No, this is a full-on creation.
Yep.
That only can be heard right here on this podcast. So worth the wait. All right. I need another adjective.
Spicy.
Sure. Then I need an ing verb.
Knocking.
Sure. Okay, great. An occupation, please.
Lion tamer.
Yep. Love it. Dollar amount.
473. It's clearly the right answer. Yeah.
Great. Yep. Okay. I need a plural noun. This is really fun.
For me as well. I love this stuff.
You do? Oh,
yeah.
Good.
Fidget spinners.
Fidget spinners. Okay, great. Yep. And then I need plural creatures, some type of creature.
Munchkins.
Sure. Oh, Mad Lib is going to be calling me after this. Okay. I need another person's name.
Lisa Welchel from Facts of Life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not even a Taylor Swift, just like real deep cut there. Okay. An ing verb.
Knowing.
Oh, God, you don't even know what a genius you are.
Yeah.
And then I need a noun.
Flower.
Okay. And I need an adjective.
Smelly.
Wow. Amazing. You're done.
Okay.
And now, Mandy Kaplan, I'm going to introduce you. I'm going to tell you a true story about the time you didn't know this. Of course, you couldn't have known this, but I went and saw Dr. Stutz.
Okay. Should we change our Zoom to black and white? Is that possible?
I swear to God, with this concussion, I think I'm already seeing in black and white. So It's fine. Whew. It's but if this is my last podcast, God damn, it was a good one. Am I right?
Good. Sylvia, can we get Mandy Moore on the line? Thanks. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. Here's your Mad Lib. I remember the first day I saw Dr. Stutz. He greeted me by saying, "Come in, Nia Peoples. It's fuzzy to meet you." I, of course, told him about my chills and my father and how when I was a child, I used to hate massaging. He slept and told me how to get my life force back. Take care of your pickle, then your thermometer, and most importantly, play your kitten.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, Dr. Stutz for the win. That should be in every therapist.
He was foul-mouthed. Like he definitely had an edgier side that would say, "Play your kitten."
Dang. Yeah. And you'll be free from Part W. Okay. Now, Part W is like Part X, except it's further up in the alphabet. And it wiggles you every day and night if you don't. What was this word? If you don't frog? Oh my God, I can't read my own writing.
Fry?
Fry. Okay, there we go. Yes. It wiggles you every day and night if you don't fry. Mm-hmm. I felt spicy after knocking with him. I'm telling you, it's sex night at your house. I mean, this is... And it made me feel like my childhood dream of being a lion tamer could come true.
Aww.
But I felt like the $473 price tag was a little high. I feel better now. I don't see fidget spinners flying through the air anymore. and I don't feel munchkins crawling out of my butthole. Mostly, I'm just excited that Mandy Kaplan calls me on a regular basis to say, "Lisa Welchel, never stop knowing until the flower turns smelly."
Oh,
yeah, that's good advice, right?
And very good mad-libbing on your part. That's a new job path, a new career path for you.
Thank you.
I enjoy it.
And I'm looking. So Mad-libbers, if you're out there, I am for sale, hire, whatever they call it.
Whatever. Yeah. Thank you. That was so much fun. I love Mad Libs.
Well, good.
Yes.
I love it too.
And
it was fun.
When we do it in our family, Casey always cheats so he gets to do part of the body because he wants to do buttholes and butt cheeks and butt cracks and yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe you should start playing the butthole game with him and he would like to play games with
I
you.
raised him
that
right.
Sounds, wow.
Exactly.
You're going to get social services showing up to your door or mine after that sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you know why Casey is obsessed with butthole humor? Because he is one of those revolting children.
Oh, okay.
We will be watching Tilda. You're welcome for the title, Pete, on Netflix. And I don't know if you've already seen it. I have not, but I've been waiting and I'm excited to. And people are loving it.
Yes.
And I'm down.
I watched the first 15 minutes.
Okay.
And I won't tell you, but it was, I'm down for watching the rest of it.
Okay.
And I'm very excited to see it.
Yeah.
So this is a good one. This is a family-friendly version of Matilda. I like it.
Is there a non-family friendly version of Matilda? What are you watching?
It's a family-friendly version of Mandcave. Like, this is something I can watch with the kids, which is great because Patrick's out of town.
Yes.
And if I don't get something for them to watch with me, then we all have to talk.
Right. Then you have to lock them in their cages. So this is nice.
Yeah.
Well, they can watch from their cages, I guess.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. Great.
All
okay.
right.
Well, that sounds like fun. That's a good assignment.
Yay. Well, until next week, I love you.
Until then, I love you.